which our domain has a like one admin server. There are five managed servers. Managed server 1, managed server 2 are assigned to a cluster 1. Managed server 3 and managed server 4 are clustered into cluster 2, and managed server 5 remains a standalone. There is one more component called machines, where the machines were used by the node manager to start these services remotely. Here actually admin server, manager server, manager 2 are assigned to machine 1, manager server 3, manager server 4, manager server 5 are assigned to machine 2. I want to show one more thing, like where the domain has created all these files, like that is like a domain home. Basically it created under the Oracle middleware, Oracle home user projects domain and test domain. You can also give your own location, but by default it can picked up here. So under this is test domain is my domain name, and this is my domain home. You can find all the set of files, like these are the configuration files actually. So this bin folder has all the binary which is required to start the node manager, WebLogic servers, manage servers and all. There is one more folder under the domain home called servers, where the servers carries the contains the data which is related to the corresponding server. You can find the logs and all there. I'll go through this detail in later one of the other tutorial actually. Okay, now we try to start. We will start the admin server from the command prompt. So to start the before setting the starting the admin server, I want to say one more thing, like if you want to pass any VM arguments to the WebLogic server, you can use the Java options. Here I'm going to show one example, like where I'm going to pass the debug port which I want to listen in 5005. This is a Java option I have set. This start WebLogic server.cmd will start the admin server. Either you can use this start weblogic.cmd from test domain, or under bin folder. Corresponding files for Linux, it is like start weblogic.sh file. So I'm going to start this weblogic.cmd, and you can see that there is the what are the Java options we have set. It has picked up here actually. You see the listening at address 505. Yeah, now the server has started, and if you want to find the what is the listening address and the port, you can also see it from the console. Here you can see this is my listening address and the port here. Okay, so now let me start this server. I will show how to start the manage server from the command prompt. Like for this I have to use the under bin folder start manage WebLogic actually. Okay, boom, now it's failed because it requires a manage server name. As we know that in our domain we have five managed servers. How come the server will know, I mean like this binary will know which server has to start? So for that I'm going to give my manager weblogic.cmd. I'm going to pass a manager server 1. Now it will pick up the manager one has to start it, and it asks for the WebLogic credentials. You can see one more thing here at the time of starting, that is trying to connect to the administration server. That means like whenever a manager server is trying to come up, it will try to get connect to an admin server and to get the kind of informations whatever it requires. If the server is not available, it will keep starts by using the older information, and once the admin server comes up, it will pull up all the new information and will update accordingly. And in this for the manager also, you can see this the listening address and the port over here. Now let me stop the manage server as well also. Okay, so here now I'm going to start the manage server 3. Now in this at this time no admin server is running, no other manage server is running, just I'm going to start the manage server 3. And note this is the first time I'm going to start the manage server 3, and you can see what it is happening. So it will ask for the credentials. I have entered it. It will try to connect to the admin server. Yeah, it's failed. The first time when I was starting the manage server 1, admin server was running. It pulled up all the required informations like authentication related, I mean like a user credentials and all. But in this case, manage server 3, it did not have place where it has to pull up the details, so it failed it. So in this case, so if you want to start the manage server for first time, you need admin server has to be running now. And one more suggestion I want to give is like, if you want to start this any servers remotely, before that please start it in the same machine and locally in the command prompt. That is like how I started manage WebLogic ms3 or ms2, whatever you want. Before that, it is better to start to avoid other issues. Once if you started and everything gets settled down, and if you want to start it from the remotely, there won't be any issues. Now let me start the admin server. Okay, my admin server start it's running now, and I'm going to start the manage server 3. Now this should pass. You can see now it get passed, and you can see also the listening address will be 7005. So this is how you have to start the manage WebLogic manage server from the from the command prompt. For the very first time, if you want to start, you need admin servers to be running. Okay, now I would like to show how to start the node manager from the command prompt actually. Okay, so starting the node manager. Yeah, that's it actually. For starting the node manager, you need to use the bin slash start node manager at cmd, and it will start listening into the port number and the host. So from where this get picked up is, it is picked up from the node manager.properties file. So here you can see in the node manager.properties, you'll see like listen address, what are the listen address, and what is the listen port. So based on this node manager start listening actually. We have seen now how to start the manage server admin server node manager from the command prompt. Now we will see how to start these servers from the WLST in the same machine. Okay, so for this I'm going to start all these servers. Let me start the WLST. WLST can be started from the Oracle common bin folder, where you will find the wlst.cmd or wlst.sh for your Linux platform. Now the WLST has opened up. First I'm going to start the admin server. This is the command to start the admin server. The command is called start server, and admin server is the name of the server, domain is name of the domain, and you have to use the T3 protocol, your listening address, listen port, your credentials, WebLogic, welcome on whatever it is, and the domain. I'm just entering, so it's trying to start the WebLogic server actually. Yeah, now you see like server has started successfully. Okay, okay. Now we will try to start the no manage server. I want to show this because if you want to start the manage server from the WLST, you need to connect to an admin server. So I'm connecting to an admin server now. Okay, now there is one more condition is also there. I'll show what it is. Now I'm going to start the manage server. Okay, you'll see like there is one more thing called could not connect to node manager, check that it is running at this port. If you want to start any servers, you need a node manager to be running. And this is I want to start the manage server one. For that I want the node manager should be running in this listening address and this port. So this is the command, start node manager, what is the listen address, listen port, and node manager home. I'm starting launching it. Yeah, now our node manager has also started. Let me try to start the manage server again. You can see that the manage server ms1 has started successfully. If you want to shut down this so for to start a managed server, you need a node manager to be running. Admin, you have to connect to an admin server through the WLST, and you can using the start command, you can start it. If you want to shut down ms1. That's it, your manage server has shut down. Okay, now let me try to start the manage server 3. So I have connected to the admin server, my node manager is running. I'm starting the manage server 3. Now you see that, you see check that it is running in localhost 12275557 actually. But for the manager one it has given a different one, because yeah, because our admin server and manage server 1 manage server 2 are assigned to machine 1, manage server 3 manage server 4 manage server 5 is assigned to machine 2. So for this you need a node manager to be running in the in what are the listening port. So how come how come this start command is getting this details, so to which port it has to listen. So in this case, for example, if you want to change it to different port, well, instead of 557 if you want to change to 558, so all those information you can able to change it from the admin console. So I'm going to connect to the admin console. Admin console is the one like which you can do all the configuration for the WebLogic server. So I'm logging in. So in the consoles you can see the all the servers, clusters and machines. So I'm going for the machines. So here first I show machine 1. In the node manager you'll see like what is the listen port, and because of that only it is looking for the machine should be running in a node manager should be running in this address, in this listen address and listen port. And you can see in the servers tab what are the servers get assigned. Okay, now it has only admin server 1 admin server sorry admin server manage server 1 manage server 2. And in the machine 2 you will see the what are the servers get assigned, that is machine 3 manage server 3 manage server 4 manage server 5. And in the node manager you will see like it is, if it is a default means it will be a log I mean like 127.0.0.1. In this case its listen port is 557. Okay, these machine controls are used very much in the distributed environment. Like if you have the clusters where your one server is running in a machine 1 and another one server is machine 2, and you can use these machines to start it up. I can show all those things in the next video, how to create a distributed environment and to start all those things. As of now I'm going to keep this machine in to running in the same machine. Let me put the IP address right now, and the port listen port will be like a 558. I'm saving it. Okay, I have saved it. Let me try to start it again. Now also it failed, but you can see like the port number and IP address and port number has changed. This for this scenario I'm going to show changing the node manager properties and start the node manager. This is 5558. So I have changed the node manager properties. Now I'm going to start the node manager. Okay, so now you see that node manager started in this IP address and start listening in this port 558. Now let's try to start the manage server 3 again. Okay, so you can see the actual what is the status it's going on in the node manager output also. So it's trying to start the manage server 3. Yeah, success. Now the manage server 3 is started successfully. If you want to shut it down, you can use the shutdown ms3. Okay, so we have seen how to start the admin server, manage servers, node manager from the WLST. Now I will show how to start the clusters. Like in our cluster 1 we have manage server and manage server has to be started. So if I issue a command to start the cluster 1, it will internally it will start both the manage servers. So start cs1 cluster. Remember that if you want to start any cluster or manage server from the WLST, you need the node manager has to be running. You have to admin server has to be running, and you should connect to the admin server. And after that, only you have to issue these commands. So before issuing the command like starting the servers from outside the domain, you need the manage servers to be started at least once in the command prompt. Yeah, now all the servers are started in the cluster 1, CS1 are started successfully. So you can see ms1, ms2, and even in node manager output you can see ms2 is running now, ms1 is also running now. Okay, so now let's try to stop the cluster. So similarly, same cluster 1, type is cluster. So you no need to provide for managed servers. By default it will take it as a server. So yeah, we have issued and it is successful actually. So in this, let's see, like, yeah, ms1 server was shut down normally. There was a problem with ms2. That's not an issue for of now. Okay, now we have seen how to start these managed server clusters, node manager, admin server from the WLST of the same machine. Now I will show how to start these servers from the remote machines. For this I have a Linux machine where the WLST is running. Basically, if you want to start any servers from, I mean, like a managed server, cluster of servers, you need the admin server and node manager has to be running in locally. Let me first try to connect to the admin server. We have connected to the admin server. Let's try to use the command start ms1. So this is the same command, this is the same procedure which we used in the Windows machine. For this you need an admin server and node manager has to be running in the domain where it is there, and you need WLST has to be connected to an admin server. Yeah, now the start ms1 is success, and shut down the ms1. So this is pretty straightforward to start and stop the managed servers, and even similar to the cluster also the start CS1. Now we will see how to start these servers through the node manager commands. Node manager commands come in handy like where for restarting the server in failed state and all. So as of now I'm going to show some basics of the usage. For this you no need for the admin server has to be running, but for before starting the node manager command you need to enroll your I mean like a machine to that domain, and after that for that you need a admin server has to be running. Okay, as of now my admin server is running in Windows machine. Let me try to enroll the this Linux machine to the Windows machine domain. So for that I need to connect to a admin server. Now we are connected to an admin server. Let's try to enroll this Linux machine to that domain. So the command is num enroll and the directory name. So this is enrolling the this machine. So what it will do means like it will pull up all the node manager related credentials to this directory. Let's examine this directory actually. So ls num enr. So you see the config security. You can see that as that node manager config and security, these all these credential related stuffs will come over here. Oh, okay. Now let me stop the admin server in my Windows machine. Yes, we have we have stopped the admin server. Now we have only node managers running in the Windows machine. Okay. Now let's get back to the Linux machine. I'm going to start the WLST again. Okay, we have just now we have enrolled this Linux machine to the domain. Okay, now for this okay, before start using this in a node manager command you need to connect to the node manager actually. uh, the command is num connect, and you have to give the node manager admin user admin password. What is the listen address, port number, and the domain name. Okay, I'm just connecting it. Yeah, we have connected it. To check the status, num will say like what it is doing. I mean, what is the status of the current num where it is connected. So it connected to the domain, test domain. Okay, now we'll try to start the admin server. Okay, now we are going to we have just issued a command called num start, where I passed the server name admin server. So in this case my server name is admin server. Suppose if your server name is something something like a 100 byte server, you can also use the nmstat 100 byte server. Yeah, you can see that the admin server has started using nmstat. Okay, now the next step is we need to start the managed servers. So like you can also use the same nmstat ms1. They're starting the managed server now. So for this corresponding machine node manager has to be running. Currently the machine 1's node manager is running. So suppose if I want to start the machine 3, I want the machine 2 node manager has to be running. That is like a node manager has to start listening in the machine 2 IP address in the port. Okay, okay, now the servers are started. Okay, let's try to start the managed server actually. nm kill ms1. It will try to kill the server in the managed server too. Yeah, now the successfully killed. We'll disconnect the from the node manager. Sorry, and disconnect. Okay, we have successfully disconnected. So right now, just we have seen so far, we have seen how starting these servers and all those things from the command prompt, from the WLST in the same machine, from the remote machine WLST, and finally one more thing, one more way I am going to show is like through admin console. So like for this, your node manager and admin server has to be running. So let's start the admin server. Okay, so admin server has started. Let's now try to connect to a console. So it will try to connect the console. Okay, so this is admin console. Okay, now we'll go to the servers page. So in the servers page, it will list down all those things like all the server names and the cluster, on which machines it's on, what is the state, health and all. Okay, in the control, let me try to start the manage server 1. Okay, so for this you need the node manager has to be running and admin server has to be running. So now the status of last actions task in process. So let's click this refresh. Okay, yeah, now the machine 1 is, I mean like manage server 1 is started. Now let's try to start the manage server 3. Remember that we have only the manage server, I mean like a machine 1 is running, not machine 2. So now let's try to start the manage server 3. Yeah, you see that for server ms3, the node manager associated with machine 2 is not reachable. Okay, yeah, good. That's it for now. In the next video I will show how to create a domain in a more than one machine, that is in a distributed environment. And for more tutorials please visit 100bytes.com. Thank you.